All right, here I am. I'll go for the understatement of the year in saying civil unrest. No way, Kitra, that's not ever going to happen. Civil unrest? No. What do y'all think will happen if those four thugs are found not guilty? Okay, so we want to hypothetically think about what's going to happen if they're found not guilty. Um can I plead the fifth on that? Because if I say what I think's going to happen, that would be like a prediction. And if I predicted that, I can't do it. I can't do it because the glass is half full, right? Everything's going to be fine. Nobody's there's nobody's there's going to be no collateral damage. Everybody's going to come out of this unscathed and happy. We're just going to be gleeful that he was found not guilty. You right, guys? Okay, so chaos will ensue. Yes, it will. Streets will be flooded with happy people. I'm just trying to keep it real. You know what I'm saying, Be a Wolf? I mean, you're keeping it more real than I'm keeping it. I'm just trying to keep it PG-13 so I don't get booted off of YouTube because I know the YouTube censors gods will come after me with great vengeance if I actually say what's going to happen after this verdict. Please don't go to 38th in Chicago today. I'm supposed to push that narrative out there that someone else pushed upon to me. But hey, we can't go see George Floyd's memorial. I mean that just wouldn't be right. Uh, Kitcher said I just predicted it. Civil unrest. Shiny happy people holding hands. Ah, that's what you're gonna see. People uniting. That's what you're gonna see, Kitra. People are gonna get real close and they're gonna love each other and they're gonna pack in on those streets. And I have a feeling along the way there may be some thumps and you'll hear some thumps and you'll hear some gnashing of the teeth. I'm pretty sure. Lots of mostly peaceful protesting. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, look at this. I love this one. Done to Others says lots of mostly peaceful protesting. Oh yes. Black Lives Matter. No. You need to shut up, Mike. Blue lives don't matter. Ooh, judge is in. Judge is in. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Let me see if I can get a picture of this. I can't. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
So I think let's address that issue first. Mr. Frank, would you
Yeah, you can turn it up. And then if they start talking again, just turn it down.
perhaps summarize where we're at and your request?
Thank you, Dennis. Good morning. We all received the Court of Appeals opinion on Friday. Coincidentally, we had set up with the court a brief informal pretrial phone conference to discuss housekeeping matters, which occurred shortly after the Court of Appeals opinion came out. And in that, we dealt with typical pretrial housekeeping matters, from everything from who's going to sit where to the equipment, and a number of matters along those lines that dealt with scheduling and truly just administrative logistics. We also briefly discussed the opinion that had come out, and at that point I brought up the issue about the ongoing appeal that is pending, and sort of previewed that issue because I knew that would potentially be an issue for this morning to deal with firsthand as a threshold matter before we go forward. It's not really a technical matter, it seems like it, but it goes to the very authority of the court, of the lower court, to operate when there is still an appeal pending. And although we did get the Court of Appeals opinion on Friday, technically that appeal is still pending. And as simply put, that appeal is pending because both parties still have the right to seek further review, and therefore judgment does not issue until something else happens. Either that one of the parties pursues an additional review of that decision, or the parties agree not to pursue it, and then judgment issues. So more specifically, it's a well-established law that when an appeal is taken from a lower court decision, that lower court loses jurisdiction over matters necessarily involved in the appeal. It's expressed most directly in Minnesota Rules of Civil Appellate Procedure 108.02 Subdivision 2, which plainly says the filing of a timely and proper appeal suspends the trial court's authority to make any order that affects the order or judgment appealed from. And then there are exceptions, because good lawyers always make good exceptions to the rules. But those exceptions are for matters independent of, supplemental to, or collateral to the order being appealed. So plain import of that rule is that when there is an appeal, the lower court loses jurisdiction, its authority to handle cases brought before it while that appeal is pending, at least things involved in the appeal. And this is a matter of finality for the appeal, the interest of the litigants in that appeal. And specifically here, we're dealing with Court of Appeals opinion. Both parties have a time period in which to file a petition for review of that with the Minnesota Supreme Court. Because of that, under Rule 136.02, the Court of Appeals, the appellate court, will not issue a judgment which renders final that appeal until either the parties agree not to file a petition for review or that period expires, which under the rules is 30 days.
Mr. Nelson, what's your intent there? Petition for further review. All right.
So then, Your Honor, it is our position that because the judgment has not issued, this court does not have authority to consider matters that affect the order appealed from. And this is a pretrial appeal. The state's pretrial appeals are strictly limited to situations where the state can show a critical impact. And that was done in this case because the charges obviously affect what goes on in the trial. That becomes a measure or a piece of pretrial litigation, appeal, because jeopardy would attach during a trial and prevent the state from seeking those charges later. So the whole basis of the appeal that's currently pending is jeopardy. So therefore, everything involved in this appeal is that which is necessarily involved in the trial. So it's our position that while this appeal is pending, the court doesn't have authority to hear matters that are involved in the trial.
It just seems that's a bit tenuous, Mr. Frank, to say it involves everything. I agree. The appeal was clearly on whether I should reinstate the charge of murder in the third degree. That was the subject of the appeal. And they reversed and remanded to this court for that purpose. That's fairly narrow as far as everything going on in this case. And so I agree, jurisdiction has been removed from the district court on that issue. It remains at the Court of Appeals and possibly even ultimately the Supreme Court. But it seems that everything else is not related to that appeal. It was fairly narrow, and we can proceed at least with other motions in limine, with jury selection, and figure out where we're at on March 29th.
And I think I'll start with jury selection because I do think that's fairly important. This court will have to be making decisions about seating jurors for that trial, a trial that we don't know what the charges will be in yet because of the pendency of the appeal. And maybe we should start with actually the motion. Originally, the state had brought this motion to reinstate the third-degree murder charge, allow the third-degree murder charge back in as one of the charges in the case as it had been originally. That the Court of Appeals remanded, finding the legal basis that the court had used was wrong, but allowing the court to hear that motion still. Clearly that motion cannot be considered. That means we won't know exactly what the charges are if we were now go forward and start picking the jury. So this court would be making decisions about jurors for a trial about which we don't know what the exact charges are going to be yet. And that jeopardy once it attaches, would that clearly cannot happen, right? Because that would prevent the state from retrying the defendant, trying on new charges. That's why it's necessarily involved. So having the court go forward and deciding things as important as who the jurors are for that trial, we believe is necessarily involved in the appeal because it is the very charges to be adjudicated in that trial.
Well, let me stop you there. Generally on a homicide case,
Look at this
there
hideous
are
mask.
multiple charges, multiple degrees, some murder, manslaughter. This is not unique to this case. And the state, let's assume there was no murder 3 ever in this case. When we got to the end of evidence, and the state asked for the court to submit murder in the 3rd degree as a lesser included. That goes to the jury. The jury never heard about it beforehand. You didn't necessarily have it at the start of the case during jury selection. Wouldn't your argument invalidate that whole process about asking for lessers at the end of the case because we didn't voir dire on it, we didn't talk about it? What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, it's a condition that we can't depend on. It is conditional. And our motion was to have those charges at the beginning of trial. And so our motion is to try the case that way, not have it brought in as, or try to bring it in as a lesser included later, if it even is a lesser included. We're all familiar with the Dahlen standard and how that might apply to allow that subsequent amendment, but it's not the way we want to try the case. And so that is why we asked the court ahead of time to allow it, to be very specific about the charges involved in the case from the very beginning.
And I agree with you on that. My point being that the fact that any party in any type of homicide case can ask for lessers that were never even in front of the jury during jury selection, doesn't that say that it is not necessarily part of or affected by the absence of a 3rd-degree murder case or charge in this case?
I would say, I can give you the same answer, Your Honor. That's not the right way to try this case because we want those charges now and fully presented to the jury during the trial without having an argument later that that's not how we tried the case, and now you're asking the jury to consider something that hadn't been a part of this case and presented that way. We want it litigated. We moved as fast as we could, of course, once the Noor decision came out, because we wanted part of this case. We want it all out in the open. We don't want to wait for a condition later that we may not get satisfied when the jury is sitting there. So the other problem.
Well, let me ask you a little different question, which is, to follow your logic, is there any time when you have a subject of appeal, because you agree, jurisdiction has been taken from the district court on the subject of the appeal, the 3rd-degree murder charge. And I acknowledge we can't really act on this. In fact, I can't even hear argument or motion on the merits of whether 3rd-degree murder. The Court of Appeals did remand it for if the defense had any other reasons to deny the motion, that they could bring those. And I agree with you because I don't have jurisdiction. I can't even hear argument about that. But your argument seems to make it that the rule is jurisdiction is taken from the district court for the subject of the appeal. And with your logic, is there any case where the whole case would be stopped by an appeal? In other words, that it's not just about the subject of the appeal, but because it might have effects on other parts of the appeal, the entire case is put on stop. Give me an example of something where that would not be the case.
Yeah, as the rule allows exceptions, there may be some things this court can do, right? There may be some housekeeping motions, things that won't affect the substance of the trial that the court could hear. But when we start to get into matters that are so involved in the trial itself, such as the charges, the jury instructions, what the potential jurors are told at the beginning of the trial, you create an appeal issue that will only be resolved after the case has been tried. And we're not trying to delay this case. We want to try this case, but we want to try it right. And we only have the ability to try it once under certain circumstances, right? So we don't want to create appeal issues that are, stem from the court's jurisdiction. It's not something defense can waive, agree to. It's the authority of this court to hear a matter. And so it's creating an appeal issue where we shouldn't be, and we can avoid it. And I do think that, as I said, the rule recognizes exceptions. There are things we can probably move forward on, some basic and simple motions. But the other problem with jury selection is, there's a 30-day window to file a petition for review. The defendant is entitled to take all that time if he wants. There is a response period of 20 days, and we would try to respond obviously much quicker than that. And then the Supreme Court has 60 days to decide whether to grant the petition or deny it. And only then, if they deny it, the judgment would issue. If they grant it, as we all know, that litigation could take months and months. So if we start picking a jury, it's likely we would get 14 jurors well before any of those deadlines could happen and a judgment issue. So then we've spent time picking jurors that may not get used, but still the most, and just having them sit while deadlines go on. And but the bottom line is we're creating a potential problem that cannot be waived, cannot be agreed to by the parties. So in deciding, I think the parties have a right to some extent to voir dire jurors about those charges. I know full well.
Let's begin voir dire.
And how much they can ask jurors about the law. But I think we have.
And I think that I'm very actually strict about that, probably to the extent.
And I do understand that, but I do think that the parties have to be given some leeway to ask about charges.
YouTube didn't like my comment.
They started jury selection being told something very general, and then later they're told something very specific. I think it does affect the jury selection process, and so it is, in our position is it is very much involved, the trial itself, because what we're dealing with are the precise charges that the defendant will face, that the jury will be asked to resolve.
All right, I'd like to hear from Mr. Nelson. Would you mind approaching the lectern, and I'd like to ask your opinion on several things.
I'd like to ask, are you a racist, Your Honor?
Mr. Nelson, let me start.
Wonder if that would be allowed.
I think there are two issues here. Do you agree that as far as entertaining the motion to reinstate murder in the third degree, that I do not have jurisdiction to even entertain argument about that at this time? Would you agree with that?
I would agree, Your Honor, that the court does not have jurisdiction to issue an order until we hear from the Supreme Court. However, I would disagree that the court can even entertain argument on it.
Okay. Well, let's assume that I decide otherwise, that I don't have jurisdiction even to consider an argument because jurisdiction is currently at the Court of Appeals on this issue. What's your view as to the extent to which jurisdiction has been transferred to the Court of Appeals? And are we, as Mr. Frank has said, limited to, we essentially have to shut everything down right now and wait?
No, Your Honor, I actually think that the rules of criminal procedure are very clear on the point. Rule of Criminal Procedure 28.04, subdivision 2, paren 8, the last paragraph specifically says, this is the provision dealing with pretrial appeals by the state. The last paragraph specifically states that an appeal under this rule does not deprive the district court of jurisdiction over pending matters not included in the appeal. Because the only issue pending in the appeal is the reinstatement of the murder in the third degree charge, that means that everything else is within the court's jurisdiction. There are 2 additional charges, murder in the second degree as well as the manslaughter charge, jury selection, motions in limine. All of these things can be accomplished. I just wanted to inform the court that we're prepared to try this case. It is not our intent to cause delay by filing a PFR with the Minnesota Supreme Court. However, I feel I have an ethical obligation to my client and to other criminal defendants to do so because it was a published precedential opinion. We're prepared. The petition for review is actually prepared, subject to some minor edits that we need to do. So I intend to file this petition post haste, Your Honor. We have a 3-week window of time where we can accomplish a lot. I mean, theoretically, I could file the petition for review tomorrow. Let's say I did that, or later this afternoon even. If the Supreme Court receives that, the Supreme Court, just like in the Moore case, could act very quickly. They could grant or deny it very quickly, and we're right back here, or we're up at the Supreme Court. So I don't think that the court is deprived of jurisdiction over anything other than the consideration of the murder in the third degree charge.
All right. Mr. Frank, anything else you'd like to say? And I'll meet you at the lectern again. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Nelson.
Just as a final point, Your Honor, it is, I think, very important too, when we talk about voir direing the jury, that the jury be selected and voir dired as close to the trial itself as possible. If we do end up picking jurors and then a charge gets added, presumably we would have to go back and re-voir dire jurors about any press that got, and any other matters that had come to its attention. We'd simply be repeating some of the voir dire. I realize it wouldn't be the same. I'm not suggesting that. But it would complicate the process and build some repetition into it.
Do you think Chavez slept last night?
Nelson, as I said, we're
I don't think he
ready to go
did.
today. We want to go today. The defendant has the rights to pursue that appeal. We don't dispute that. He has the right to do it in the time periods provided under the rules. We're not doing this to interfere, to slow this down, but it is a very important matter, as I've said, that deals with the practical realities of picking a jury and the charges and the court's authority to even hear it, which is, I mean, what essentially defense is doing here is potentially building in an appeal issue to rely on later. So
Everything the court does is a potential appeal issue. So I guess I'm not persuaded by that. We've kind of done this backwards because I've asked for argument before you actually have a motion. What relief are you requesting?
Your Honor, what we're asking the court to do is to, I guess the term would be to stop the jury selection process at this time, let that PFR get filed. I think that we could get together and decide if there are some motions that we could hear. They would be rather simple and motions and could move forward potentially on those. But I will be candid with the court that I think we will be very cautious in what motions we think we can handle for the very same reasons, because they could just create appeal issues later.
Understood.
But we are asking the court, and we would file a formal motion if the court needs us to,
Your own motions.
to basically stay the jury selection process until that petition for review by the defendant runs its course.
Which would pretty much put us at least 30 days out, probably, because it's not only, even if Mr. Nelson files it tomorrow, the Supreme Court still has to act on it. And then, of course, we have the whole problem with judgment.
And Your Honor, I'm sure that we would, I may be speaking a bit ahead of my teammates, but we would move expeditiously, of course, on responding to the PFR. I suspect the Supreme Court would as well, but I certainly can't speak for them. But we would try to be expeditious in the process too, of course.
All right. Well, the court's view is that I don't have jurisdiction to consider in any way reinstating the murder in the third degree because judgment has not been entered by the Court of Appeals, and so jurisdiction has not been passed back to the district court on that issue. However, I do find that the other matters, including jury selection, are not matters related to the appeal and that we should go forward on them.
That's poker.
And so that's the court's order. I expect that we will do motions and eliminate. I find that those are also not related to the appeal, except if there's anything about murder in the third degree, but I don't think there is from my review of the motions. And we summoned the jurors for 8:30. I don't know if they've all reported by now, but they also have to watch the standard jury orientation video. The idea was that we would start jury selection at 9 or 9:15. This is what I suggest. We take a recess at this point, because clearly you are within your rights at this point, since you think I may be acting without jurisdiction to seek a writ of prohibition. And so I'll give you some time to talk to your team and see if you want to get that started.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Nelson, anything further? All right, we are in recess till at least 9 o'clock. Thank you.
Okay, I'm back. We back. Anyways, no jurisdiction, end of story. I got to turn this up, and it's not even helping. This is not good quality sound, Mark. I can turn it up. You never asked. Just kidding. I actually turned it down now because the buffoons are talking. The redcoats are talking. I don't understand it, dude. Hey, everybody. Thanks, FT, for sharing this event. The masked men are so looking like bondage lovers, loving humans. No jurisdiction, end of story. Let me see. Hello, FTP, Becky O. Jet 888 is on it. I can hear you. I can hear just fine. Yeah, if I need to turn it up next time, I don't know what it was at, 20. I can turn it up. I wasn't sure how that was going to work. Usually when they say recess, cut it out. You might still be able to hear it in the background, but I'm not trying to catch the bozos. Just trying to catch the facts. Could care less about everything else. They want to put their rhetoric in it and their analysis and their analogy. This is FTP's analogy. So how about that? You get to listen to it, what FTP thinks. And I think they're garbage. I think go ahead and I don't know why they got to wait for stuff to come down from the Supreme Court or from the appellate court or whatever, the higher court. But they don't want to continue the court. They want to drag it out as long as they can. That's what they're trying to do. But if you ask for a speedy trial, then what you get is a speedy trial. You don't get to then, oh, wait. No, it doesn't work like that. But okay, that's my 2 cents. Whatever, dude. My 2 cents really doesn't matter here. Becky O. Man, I just watching your other video. I don't think I seen your last one, but will they acquit? Well, from the way it sounds, they're sure dancing like little puppets to his every move. So if the court's scared to do anything and get on with this trial, then this is going to be a drug out trial. But I think they just need to convict the fool and let's move on. Do I think they're going to acquit him? Yeah, I think they're going to acquit him. And then I don't know what's going to happen. So I have no idea. I'm just dumbfounded at what could possibly happen. But Becky O, good to see you. Mohammed Noor case, they're trying to use a precedent. Has anybody noticed how many clowns are running around? Clowns, NWOCOS. 11, 113, 34, panic. Jumaja. So clowns, NWO panic to the psychopaths who run this world. It's their message to us. Right? Kitra, good vibes. Jet, they definitely, I mean, this is garbage. They're all wearing masks. They're all scared. Look, the reason I showed you the screen, right, was because they're all sitting in boxes. Each lawyer is sectioned off in a box, pretty much, or they're covered in glass, so to speak, or plastic. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you know, why didn't they do this by Skype? This whole trial, just do it via Skype or what's that other one I was just using? Just like they did with Eric and everybody else. It's all via internet. See, this guy's on Skype. That's crazy. Oh yeah, cops in the middle of the street. It's not going to start for another 3 weeks, but yeah, they're allowed. Well, no, they can't even get in. They're behind the courthouse also. Oh, the cost to install barriers around the Hennepin County Jail, our courthouse. Okay, dude, what are you worried about the cost for? Wow. That's all they worry about is you weren't worried about that when you were kneeling on his neck, so don't worry about the cost of the barriers, eh? Zoom. Thank you, Chuck Bronson. I'm so sorry I could not come up with that. I was just on Zoom the other day and I could not think of Zoom. Because they need the complete stage. This guy gets a stage to sit up there and tell his story, but I get a Zoom conference. I mean, how effed up is that? So you got to step on someone's neck to get a grand stage? You know what I'm saying? They have so much money. No, they have all our money. Jet, it's like they have taken all of our money. Let's be real about it. You've used the tax-paying money so that we could put him up on his pedestal or his high horse. Come on. Meanwhile, we get a Zoom meeting because they don't want us in court, but they want Chavez in court. Michael fucking Derek Chavez. Derek Michael Chavez, what the fuck ever his dumbass name is. Hey, look, I'm trying to do this as professional as I possibly can, but there is no professional way to treat Derek. He is a buffoon at best, and it's my belief, in my opinion, this buffoon is probably going to be let off, probably going to not get convicted by a bunch of bootlicking jurors, and then we're going to be right back to where we started months ago, before this ended, before they were arrested. But kudos to everybody that was standing on the sidewalk and that was filming, but non-kudos to everybody that stood on the sidewalk filming and did not throw the cop off of George Floyd and save his life. Non-kudos to that. But I love everybody for filming, and I encourage everybody to continue filming, but you got to be ready at some point to drop the camera if someone is going to die. If he's acquitted, shit will hit the fan, Chuck Bronson says. Yes. The judge loved your support group being in Zoom court FTP. He enjoyed it. Yeah, exactly. Kitra. I don't know. Apparently after I left and after my attorney left, the judge said something about I gave out she accused me, the court reporter, or she accused me of giving out the password and the ID to my public court form. So Chauvin gets his entire news crew at his, and he can have all his supporters on TV watching him, a cop. But if it's FTP, I get yelled at, scorned. Oh, he invited all his friends. Well, did you think that I didn't have friends, or that people aren't interested in this case, or my case, or the trial that's about to take place? Hey, it is what it is. I get to take my friends along too, whether you like it or not. It's open forum. So just the same as if I walked in and you traveled across the country to come see my court. I mean, this is horrible. And she wants to talk down about it, like I did something bad or wrong. I didn't video any of the proceedings. Now, I can't help what Lucinator 69 or anybody else or any one of my friends does from over in Belgium. I can't. So if it's recorded, then, or Safety Man or anybody else, it's called a public hearing. Thanks, Chuck Bronson. Just putting it stupid simple. Chuck Bronson, in for the win. I love it. I love it, Chuck. It's an open meeting, right? No need to ask for permission. Well, I would say it's an open meeting. I mean, that was my interpretation. You cannot deny you a public hearing. They did not kick anyone out, to my knowledge. So did anybody get kicked out from the meeting? Because I don't think anybody did. Which makes me happy. We'll see if they start getting owly later on. File for a dismissal. Oh, they're not going to dismiss anything. I can't even. I don't know. I'm still trying to get my evidence. So it is what it is. Chuck, I'm so far behind. We've been doing this for months and I've got nothing. So I need to sit down and look at the evidence. It's a special privilege to have supporters there. Yeah, apparently it's a right. It's a privilege. I don't know. Who's that? Oh, she's being charged with a vehicular homicide. Great. Don't care. I wasn't kicked out, and if anyone would be, I would. What did Kitcher do? Did you cause a bunch of problems in court, or no? I'm going through the same thing. Yeah, they don't want to allow anybody in court because of COVID, but at the same time, so they're willing to kick us out of the courtroom and not let us in. I don't know. Whatever. We'll keep doing it via Zoom. But that means all me and my friends. If it was just me, it would be just me in the courtroom. Nobody else would be in there. But because they opened it up and they want it to be an open forum, then everybody gets the link. If you gave the link to me, you gave it to everybody. You never said this is a closed link. Don't give it out to anybody in the email. This is attorney-client privilege. You didn't say nothing like that. So it is what it is. Okay, I'm not going to go on about that anymore. Nah, I didn't say anything. I was respectful. FTP, make sure you text me the next hearing. YouTube messes with me bad and don't get notifications. Just know that everything is on my community page, and that password as of like a month ago can be used for the Zoom meeting, the password and the ID. So if you have Zoom set up 5-speed, you can get in on the upcoming court hearings. Because the judge might change or the room might change. It's in 1A next time, so maybe there will be a new. And if it does change, you guys will be the first to know. I will quickly try and get you guys the link. And if they don't like it, they don't like it. But if that's the case, then we can go back to sitting in the courtroom with masks on, looking like dogs. Thanks for being there, 5-speed, David Boren, Chuck Bronson, Kitra. Thanks for everybody that went into the Zoom meeting. You guys are awesome. Court has not resumed, so we're sitting. Hello, Jet. I'm usually respectful. I think one I got kind of mad and I got thrown out. They will probably change it now. Yeah, they might, Chuck. They'll probably change it. And then we'll all be stuck getting a new thing, new room and password. Or it'll get remanded back up to felony court. Why was Jet putting time out? Do I got to get on another phone? Here, I got another phone right beside me. Get this one. Here it is. How does anybody time you out, Kitra? Was it Kitra that got timed out? How does anybody time you out, Kitra? I don't see anybody get timed out. Oh, it's Jet that got timed out. Hold on, I'm looking. Here, hold on. Let me give Jet. Okay, so I gave a couple people a wrench. Jet, 5-speed. Becky O. Thanks, Becky O, for being in here. Where's David? David's a. Maybe it's that robot. Yeah, is the robot in here? What's his name? I forget. It's been so long since I've even seen the robot. Yeah, I just didn't see anybody get timed out. Nightbot. Thanks, Kitra. Yeah, sometimes he is wandering around in here. I thought he was blocked or banned, but he may still be in here. It didn't say who timed you out, did it, Jet? It doesn't make any sense. Gotta have two phones. Court's still not back on, so. What are your thoughts on Chauvin? What do you think about Chauvin? Maybe we should take a poll. There's a bit of a delay. All right, that's an hour. We're an hour into it. Game on. Timed out by whoever. Yeah, I just don't see it. Oh, now I see it. Why does it say message deleted by fuck the police? How does that even happen? That's weird. It's okay, Jet. You can say whatever you want in my room. It's called free speech. People get triggered. They have money. I know it's our money. People get butthurt all the time. That's just the nature of the beast. But if you figure out who timed you out, hopefully it wasn't that bot. It says it was done by me, but it was not done by me. That's all I can say. Because that's all I read it as. Timed out by FTP. Well, no. We're still waiting. Oh, there's 38th in Chicago. Okay, I kind of want to see this. Yes, you can say fuck the police. You can turn up a little bit if you want.
has changed is getting back to a normalcy where community has learned how to work together and come together. I think that has changed more than others. When George Floyd's situation first happened, there was a formality. Things just formed. This block, this area, they started protecting it. People started coming in and wanting to sell products and do their business and take an opportunity to benefit from what was going on. So we shut that down because people hadn't been in this community before. They hadn't come to be a part of it. So we shut it down, put up barricades, and just started controlling our neighborhood. You think things changed?
No, not really. I just figure like, depends on how much time, the police officer get. I said if he get like 10 years, 8 years, they're gonna end up tearing up the whole city all over again.
I decided to create a piece of street art. So I think people find a connection. And you can feel the pain. You can feel the trauma. It just kind of brings forward this understanding. And when you have an understanding with a community, people come together. They come together on that common ground.
Absolutely. If justice is served the right way, it ain't my decision to say which is the right way, but at the end of the day, I know the right way. But if justice is served the right way, I think people will start to march for this, man. And I'm saying that maybe we can change it. But if he does like he does in California, like a Ryan King case, I don't know what's going to happen. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think that's fair to the world.
My guest this hour again is still with me while we wait for jury selection to take place inside the courtroom. Michael Sterling, criminal defense attorney, former federal prosecutor out of Atlanta, and Mike Brandt from here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Just briefly tell us from your perspective.
They got me finally. They switch back and forth. All I'm really trying to catch is the court stuff, but I thought that was kind of cool. That's his synopsis and analogy of what's going to happen if they only give this guy 10, 15 years. So that's his opinion, right? Good luck, FGP. He's messing with you, Jet. He did it on purpose. FTP timed you out. No, I didn't. Should give a name. That's the only thing I seen was the message was deleted. When I seen FTP in Minneapolis live, I jumped in my car and drove straight there. I didn't know the trial begins today. Anyone want to bet they get let off? Yes, the jury selection begins today. Michelle. I know, right, Michelle? Chuck Bronson. I saw the felony stop video. That was crazy. Oh my god, as you keep exposing how much force they use for minor shit. Chuck Bronson, I know, right, Michelle? Chuck Bronson, thanks for what you do. I was going to watch it on Court TV, but I picked here instead. Good choice, eh? Yeah, Kitra, I try, but we'll see how long I stay up. This chick keeps butting in trying to talk, so. I say fair use. Fair use. I don't know who else yells fair use, but I say fair use. You don't got to pay for it if you're watching it here. I already had to pay for it. Right? What's up, Bell Admin? How do you do? Bones. Oh, I'm talking. I'm a loudmouth, and so are my people. Is it like criticizing, critiquing? It's up for critiquing. I don't necessarily talk during the proceedings, but after. Hey, it is what it is. Oh, it takes forever, bro. Could we get back to court? Nobody wants to hear you. That's my 2 cents. Oh yeah, they spent a lot of money on this stuff. Constantine wire set up like a prison. So basically, the courts are now the new prison. It's kind of funny. Funny, funny, funny. Oh well. It's pretty good content. I like it today. We'll see how it goes. I'll sit with you guys for a little bit. Do I think anything's really gonna get going today? No, I don't. No problem, Bell. I just don't want you to get timed out or something crazy. Kitra's. Hold up. Yeah, Kitra's got a ranch. I just don't see it on StreamYards. What's up, Save the Humans? Good morning. Okay, so Minnesota versus Chauvin is the first time in Minnesota's history a judge has allowed cameras in the courtroom. Yeah, really? See, that's how outdated Minnesota is with the times. See, if it's me, I don't get courtrooms. I don't get to record my own proceedings. I don't get to set up a video camera in the courtroom. All right, so I think. All right, hold on. Still crooked. You can turn it up a little bit. It is. It's just a replay. They like to replay.
I did indicate it was my intent that we go forward with motions and eliminate a jury selection unless someone tells me not to. I think they have the right to seek to file a motion to the Court of Appeal, but also I think to call the Court of Appeals for a telephonic group essentially to stop us from going forward while your motion is pending, or if that's what they want to do. And so I would just looking at the clock, we have jurors, but I think realistically we're not going to get to any jury selection, and we won't have an answer until at least tomorrow. parties object, I'm gonna kick our juries loose and start everything tomorrow with jury selection. If the parties can agree that I have jurisdiction, or the Court of Appeals agrees that I have jurisdiction, then we can spend the morning, in fact, the whole day, on motions of no name. And we won't know that until we hear what the Court of Appeals says, because if they issue essentially a telephonic writ telling me to stay everything and tell us, how long I hope, then we can proceed accordingly. Anything to add to the record, though? Otherwise, we're gonna stand in recess. Let's come back at 10 o'clock and see where we're at with the Court of Appeals. Anything further? All right, thank you all. We're in recess until 10.
Son of a no jury selection today. There was a second I thought FTP was going to show his stockpile of hair conditioner. He doesn't have a stockpile. Is there hair conditioner? All right. These people social distance. They all have been vaccinated and they're still so paranoid they need masks. FTP, lower the camera angle. Joe, I do this for a purpose. It's a different angle, Joe. What are you going to do? Everybody else is doing the straight on camera angle. I'm doing the upside down camera angle. So I put a spin on it. You know what I'm saying, Joe? It was good to see you out there in Arizona, Joe. It's good stuff. Out there in Mesa. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Just hose myself. Did I monetize this? Did I put ads on this? I hope not. I guess I'm going deaf. It's fine. I can always turn the volume back up. Like I said, nothing's going to start today. It's going to be tomorrow. So we're going to be back at this tomorrow in hopes of catching something. Thank you, FTP. You've been doing very well, too. People are talking about it. Well, hey, I do what I can, right? I wish I would have got to meet up with some of you guys up there in Mesa when I was passing through, but I didn't actually pass through. I jumped on a plane in Tucson. So I know we're close. Within a couple hours anyways. Chuck Bronson, I recorded a VA briefing last week. They said even with the vaccine, they still need to social distance and wear a mask. They still need to social distance. Yeah, that's ridiculous. These guys are blowing it all out of proportion. All right. Well, I don't know, dude. The obviously we're not going to get to see anything good today. I'd like to get out there and actually film in Minneapolis and see the climate and be on the ground for the verdict. I don't think much is going to go on now, and I probably wouldn't wait right outside the courthouse or downtown. I think that what you're going to see is things tend to get bad away from the courthouse. I spent a couple of days in Tucson too. Cool. Chuck B, congrats again. Right. Yeah, Tucson's all right, man. It's a little deserty out there, and the wind's a little crazy, but running by the border there, wind gets all crazy. Is Joe not a mod? All right, Joe, there's your wrench. I got shot with pepper balls at the courthouse in Tucson, or are you talking? I got you, Joe.
Him being so bold doing it. Not caring who's taping, not listening to anyone. That's right there on the scene. That is murder.
Yeah, yeah. Time Joe out. He's a rogue mod. Get rid of Joe. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Kitra, I modded him. Save the humans. I would never, Joe. If Joe would come over to South Dakota and slap me across the face. Wisconsin. Oh yeah, yeah. In Kenosha, Wisconsin. Right, Joe? Yeah, I went we got to see a little bit of footage from the ground in Wisconsin. That was a little crazy too. I don't know why they shot you with pepper balls though, standing by the fence. That didn't make no sense to me. Kind of infuriated me and pissed me off. I'm sure that hurt. Probably a big welt the next day, huh? I was waiting to see the welt. Watch you go live and be like, dude. Watch where you got hit at. Because I think you were looking straight at him and then he just pop, pop, pop. I was like, what? You just shot Joe Cool, man. Now I got to go out to Kenosha, Wisconsin to flip. Oh, shoot. They're going to play it again.
There's a man waiting for them, holding what he says is a fake $20 bill. He then walks outside and shows the officers where George Floyd is sitting in his car.
Let me see your other hand. Both hands. Put your hands up right now. Let me see your other hand. Put your hand up there. Hand up there. Hands in the wheels. Hands in the wheels.
Look, he put his hands on the wheel.
Okay, well, when I say let me see your hands, you put your hands up.
He's already been shot.
Put your hands on top of your head.
For the next several minutes, George Floyd is clearly agitated, grim-bering at times, and talking about once being shot by police.
I'm not going to shoot you. Step out face away.
Yeah, he's scared.
That's anxiety is what that is. That's me in the car. It's anxiety.
Right?
They get him sitting against a wall.
Sit all the way down. Breathe, man. Breathe, man. You got an idea on you? I got that one at home.
He's ready to hyperventilate.
Then they attempt to move Floyd to the police car.
You can't move around your own car now.
As they get to the car, George Floyd tells the officers he's claustrophobic. As they tried to push him into the car, the other two officers arrive, Derek Chauvin and Tom. Floyd goes in one side and out the other, and that is where all four officers struggle with him and eventually get him onto the ground, with Chauvin holding down his neck with his knee.
Grab that.
George Floyd is now clearly in distress, at one point even calling out for his mother.
Mama, 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 I love you. Please, I love you. Yeah, my kid, I love you.
For more than 8 minutes, the officers hold him down. About 2 minutes in, Officer Lane asks if they should move him. Floyd continues to plead, asking for water at one point and saying he can't breathe. Officer Lane again asks if they should move him. Chauvin, who is clearly in charge, says no.
Move on the side. I just worried about the ventilator or whatever. Okay.
Then the movement in George Floyd stops, and onlookers argue with the officers. Lane notices the change. A few minutes later, the crowd is urging the officers to get off him. One person is heard asking them to check George Floyd's pulse.
And this is where they should have intervened. Way earlier. Yep. It ain't good enough just to say check his pulse, because they're obviously not going to do their jobs at this point.
Chest compressions. He has no pulse and is not breathing. The ambulance crew continues working on him using a machine to continue compressions. Officer Lane stays for several minutes inside the ambulance.
Viewer discretion advised.
Then Lane leaves the ambulance and goes into
A machine does it, not even a person. He didn't even get the dignity of a person doing CPR on him.
It was just a 40 report, and that was the guy that they said was the person that had given him a fake bill going over there, and yeah, I mean, we were trying to get him out of the car. He kept his hand like this, basically, wasn't showing his hand, so I'm like, let me see your other hand. I gave him a couple commands for that. He wouldn't do it, and then he finally did. So then we're like, all right, we're going to get him out of the car right now, and because he kept looking for like the key. I thought he was going to try and drive off. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't understand because it was like, after the, so we're there, and the officers were like, no, there. Yeah, that's cool. The crowd was like,
Yeah.
Right, we know that the jurors have been sent home for the day, while the prosecution.
Yeah, be specific. What you want to talk about? Just joking. Didn't know how I got here, but keep on hating the police. God bless you. But keep on hating the police. God bless you. God bless. Bless you. How's it go? I don't know. What do you want to solve, dude? What are we solving? F a cop. There you go. Nah, we love cops here in this room, don't we? For sure. I don't know, dude. We better make this dude a cop, or make this dude a make this dude a cop. That's not what I meant to say. We better make this dude a wrench in our room. He hates things. He's talking about issues. Joe Cool's like, just obey. He's saying all types of effed up stuff. Yeah, F. He's got fuck in his name. I mean, that's, dude. You're cool, dude. You're in. You didn't have to do nothing. Stick around. You're the kind of people we need. Maybe we need to get a panel going. I don't know. You didn't just stumble in. You just got here. Hey, man, it's time for me to go pay some bills, right? Who wants to pay my car payment today? That's some shit the news won't say to you. I got to pay my van payment. That's fucked up, ain't it? Talk about e-begging, right? Let's go. I don't need your money, dude. I'm not. I need subscribers. I need subscribers. I'm gonna start begging for subscribers. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Okay, yeah, kind of was just hating on the cops. Clicked on this channel randomly. That's good. That's good. Thank you for being here, dude. Stick around. You never know what you're gonna see. We get a little bit of we got the George Floyd court hearings today, but I think it's done till tomorrow. I don't think we're choosing the jury. Thank you, FDP. The truth is being revealed, corruption exposed. God bless the activists, journalists. Love, respect, enjoy your blessed day. Exactly. Stick around. You'll probably fall in love. That's right, Kitra. I mean, if you don't fall in love with me, my attitude, or how real it is around here, or in this community, it is a community, believe it or not. I call it the 1A community. Other people call it cop watchers community. If you're referring to Tom Zebra, cop blockers community, well, you may be watching me block a cop every now and then. You never know what you're going to see. It gets wild. You can roll over to Bird or 10th or anybody that's just being buck wild in the community, just causing a ruckus. The trains are coming. You don't know what you're going to hear around here. Could be truth, could be total nonsense some days, could be fact, fiction, or other. Definitely love you guys. Desert Goats in the house, JKMA. That's right, Kitra. You will fall in love. That's right. I mean, who can't fall in love with this? It's pretty easy. You know what I'm saying? FTP is he's lovable. It's like a big teddy bear, right? Everybody wants to tase me and fill me full of 10,000 volts or 2,000 or 50,000, something like that. I'm not sure, but it feels good when they do it. It's like, please shoot me again with that taser. All right, man. That don't do anything I wouldn't do, all right? Peace, love, respect. And we wait for the verdict, right? From here on out, we got 3 weeks of waiting for a verdict. I'm down. I got lots of content. I think fair use. I keep saying it. Fair use, please. Fair use. I beg of you, fair use. And let's hope that. Oh, I took a picture of myself. Well, that was nice. That doesn't happen. I don't like pictures of myself being out there. Just kidding. Just kidding. I gotta delete that. It's a picture of my hand. Hands to make them dance. All right. Why is this stuck like this? I can't. The only thing coming is truth. That's right. Google, you really want to start the day this way? Save the humans. No one wishes to tase the goat. No, you might fall on something sharp. I'm here for it. That's right, Kitcher, man. I appreciate you. And there's no court coming back on, I don't think. But I got to go get some stuff done today. Look, this broadcast is also on Court TV. You can go over there and watch it if you're wondering where I'm at. I don't know if you'll have to pay for it or if it's free, but some people have Apple and other people's don't. Other people don't. It's on the Apple box or in the app. Court TV. I don't want to drive people away, but if I'm not live and I'm not streaming it, then I want you guys to be able to see it. I prefer that you get up off the couch and go to Minneapolis. That's what I prefer. They say don't go to 38th in Chicago. I say go to 38th in Chicago. So sue me if I said it. Sue me if I'm instigating it. And you know what? If you don't like my free speech, then I guess you can silence me. But I believe right is right and wrong is wrong. And, you know, we're just watching together. I don't anticipate the shenaniganry. I think the courts are going to get it right this time. Um, I pray, I hope for something more than 10, 15 years. I think 20 to 50 is about right. And let's go. Hey, you killed a man. I mean, come on. Maybe because I beg for the tase and act like I love it. Oh, please tase me. Please tase me. Oh, I love it. It feels so good. I wish I could have filmed myself being tased. If anyone wants to come over and tase a guy, I'm over here. I'm out in South Dakota, so bring a 50,000 volt taser with you, and we can try this. Oh, it's not that beautiful of a skyline. I think Minneapolis thinks it's got a good skyline, but it just doesn't. All right. HR 6586 and 6587 will make free speech even worse. King Zinger and Illinois rep is championing those bills. Yes, and I hear that they are anyone speaking, talking, or instigating on okay 44 what whoa I missed it. 44 complaints. Oh dude, just little kids miss.
Court TV cameras will be inside that courtroom.
This is not a typical case, and we're not living under normal circumstances. What a day it has been.
Yeah, I was trying to catch. It was. I was trying to get at the beginning. It's not. Gosh, dude, I want to be there. This isn't good enough for me. It's wild, bro. This is the wildest one since OJ. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, so call it what you want to call it. This is gonna be the most exciting. Minnesota versus Derek Chauvin. Yes, game on. Have a great day, all. Later, peace. Awesome Joe Cool is our representative for that FTP. Shenaniganery, it's real world. Thanks, Joe Cool, for stopping in and saying hi. Always appreciated. Out there in Chicago, Chi-Town, that windy city. 5-speed. The only thing's coming is truth. So there's no running from it now. Can't distort it. Court will hear more motions before jury selection. George can breathe now. That's true. That's true. All right. We're going to get out of here. Shenaniganry. It's a real world. Awesome. Joe Cool's our representative for that FTP. Oh, man. They're going to show it again. All right, man. I'm out. Fucking park police. Motherfucker. Okay. I'm just getting myself all worked up and mad, man. Let's see what unfolds together. Let's go to Minneapolis, Kitra. Let's go. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. I'm out. Peace out. You want to turn this up a little bit? I don't know what this is. I am out. I'm shutting it off. I am out.
Derek Chauvin, playing the top county attorney, violated the advocate witness rule that states a prosecutor cannot be a courtroom advocate for the state and a witness in the same trial. 2 days after Floyd's death, Freeman and his team interviewed the medical examiner who completed the autopsy, but their decision not to include a non-attorney at the meeting would have ramifications.
Prosecutors customarily meet with witnesses. Sometimes they have their investigators there. They're supposed to have them there, but they don't always do that. And normally you don't put yourself in a position of being a witness, especially in a situation situation as this is, because the only way you can become a witness is if the witness testifies to something that's different than the notes that you give them.
Minneapolis criminal defense attorney F. Clayton Tyler says it's rare to see a prosecutor eliminated over this rule, especially when the witness is a regular on the stand. But at a pretrial hearing, the judge banned Freeman from participating in the trial and even from talking to the rest of the prosecutors about the case.
I think it's a shot over the bow. I think the judge wants this case to be as clean as possible, and I think that the warning shot will be well heard.
Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison's office had already taken the lead in the courtroom, but it was expected Freeman would have a hand in the prosecution as well. Assistant Attorney General Matthew Frank defended Freeman's actions, calling the medical examiner a routine and government witness who is not expected to change his findings at trial.
All right, well, those prosecutors, when they originally charged Derek Chauvin months ago, first initially charged him with third-degree murder, and then upgraded that to the second-degree murder trial, or murder charge. This morning we're hearing debate over whether or not that third degree will be reinstated after Judge Peter Hazel dismissed it.
All right, you guys have a good day. I'm out. Thanks for doing that. Thank you all for coming in. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Stay out of trouble. And yeah, that basically leaves everything open for the day. So we'll be back when we get some more good stuff. I've said bye like 3 times now. That's what I do. So it's like, peace out. Uh-oh. Denise Lynn says censorship. Where's Denise Lynn? Does she got a wrench? She's already got a wrench, right? Yep, she's got a wrench. 66 years old. Lost with technology. Happy to explain. Brad, you get a wrench just because you're from what, Wyoming or Montana? You're right by Montana, I think. Tata loves Denise Lynn. Yeah, she's got a wrench. Miss Thang. I call her Miss Thang. She's got an attitude. Denise Lynn's got an attitude. Bad cop, no donut. What the fuck? I just woke up and you're gone. Wait. You trying to get me to stay on, Bad cop, no donut? You just woke up to this? Man, how'd you not know the trial was starting today? What are you doing? Court will hear motions before jury selection. Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. Let's get it. All right, man. Probably nothing else good going on today. I'm sure they'll be going back and forth, but it ain't no jury selection today. All right, no, really, I'm gone. I gotta go. I got stuff to do today. These guys are playing around. They're not getting to jury selection before tomorrow. So what's really going on today? So hold the thought. We got to wait 3 weeks for this to come out. But if it was me, I'd be convicted in a day. Let's just be honest. Love Denise. She pulled me from depression. Peace out. Brad. Yeah, Denise will do that to you, man. Oh, have a good day, hun. That's classic Denise Lynn right there. Man, I love her and Tom Zebra. Watching me some Tom Zebra. I miss that. All right, man. I got to get going. Peace out. Peace out, Bad Cop No Donut. Pritchard, Alabama needs a couple more phone calls, if you know what I mean. If you catch my drift. On behalf of Bad Cop No Donut, which I know he don't want me to say that, but I'm going to say that anyways. Brad. Oh, Kitcher, I'm still recovering. All right. Peace out.